Kitty is based on a Paul Bowles story. He's an author that I discovered in my late teens. I read this story in a collection of short stories and was really inspired and moved by it. I'd always loved like Hans Christian Andersen and Thumbelina and fairy tale stories and fantasy, and when I was growing up I loved like movies like Legend and The Dark Crystal and The Last Unicorn, and I always thought if I was to make a film I'd want to incorporate some of those themes, and then I met with a bunch of different producers trying to raise money for it, and I met probably like 8 or 9 who all told me it was too ambitious, it was too big of a project, and it was too difficult. Even some of the producers said, oh, you should just write something about a girl in the street who deals with fashion, something that you know, and I was kind of offended when I even walked out. I was like, oh really? Yeah, is that what you think I should do? And so that was kind of discouraging but also really motivating. And then I met with these 2 women who had seen this book that I had released with Rizzoli about myself. It was just kind of like this book of photos and memorabilia that I put out last year called Chloë Sevigny. It was just a way of reclaiming my image in the day of the internet when there's so many awful representations of me out there that I don't really have control over. And this producer had seen the book and she was like, I understand your aesthetic, and I showed her all this imagery and stuff that was inspiring me for how I wanted to tell my story or tell Kitty, and she took it on and helped me raise the money. So as an actress there are lots of luxuries that one can get, and I feel like now that I have directed something and I've done this book and I've done these collections with Opening Ceremony in the past as clothing company and these presentations, that now that I'm getting to have my own voice and do things that I feel like reflect me in the way that I want to be reflected or presenting myself, then it's easier for me to give myself over to filmmakers. I just made like 6 movies in a row the past year with some really great filmmakers like Thomas Alfredson, who did Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy and the little vampire one, and Oren Moverman and this guy Alex Ross Perry and all these like independent filmmakers. And it was easier, I found, being on set and relinquishing control now that I've had control myself over my own thing. So it's kind of been inspiring in a way to go back to acting, and also getting a film made, and I'm producing my next short that I'm directing in November, and just there's so much work that goes into it. Sometimes it's nice to walk on set and just be told where to go, when to be there, and kind of give over, and that's been easier for me to enjoy now that I have my own work.